What is up, everybody? Welcome back to episode 5 of the Stirfry. I'm Chef T.
I'm Will the Spacekid.
And we have our guest here today, the very talented Spitta Beats.
Yo, how you guys doing today?
What's poppin', man?
What is up, dude?
How you feeling?
All right, so you want to introduce yourself, Spitta, and let the audience know what's up?
Yeah, so all right, so I'm Nick Signorelli, aka Spitta Beats. I've been doing this. I've been doing this for 7 years now. Ty, he's been in the mix for a while now. Will, I recently just met Will, but we've been making stuff happen. I've been on the grind for a while now, and I feel like lately, it's been trying to pop off. So I'm glad I got this opportunity to be on your guys' podcast.
Oh, hell yeah!
I'll tell you guys all what's going on. I can swear.
Yeah,
I can swear.
Yeah, you can swear.
Bro.
This is an explicit podcast.
All right, I'm just making sure.
So,
tell us about the group, man. What's up? What's up with the group?
So the group, man. So we established in 2016, bro. Lost in Visions Entertainment. So when I started, it was always a dream to have a group. For some reason, I was just I grew up and everyone in the group, we all kind of grew up listening to YMCMB. And that's actually although everyone that was in that group, that was a legendary set. So for some, that kind of put on the, I want to do that one day. I always wanted to make music. So once I started, a group was what had
necessary. Yeah, I mean, hey, I am in the group. By the way. My old rapping days used to be a rapper.
Okay.
Lost in Visions Entertainment, man.
LIV. Yeah, that was. When at that point when it first started, I think everyone was working so cohesively together, and it was just
definitely 2016, 2017 was the
and I know it's drifted apart a little bit, but everyone's still making music, which is good.
Yeah.
And everyone has their own unique. I think what's really cool about the group is everyone has their unique kind of style of music. Everyone has their own kind of lane and avenue that they're going in. But aside from LIV, what we know you just released Thinking Out Loud a few months ago.
Yeah.
Or how was that doing? What was your inspiration to make that tape?
So basically, when I talk about this tape, I always say I don't want to work on another tape just yet because of how important it was to me.
Right.
And what I mean by that is I was going through a real rough time during I recorded it all last year, and during that time I was going through a real rough time just with stuff between family, friends. I was heavy into doing stuff I wasn't supposed to be doing, and it all correlated back to my music in that tape.
Right.
So I feel like a lot of my feelings are on that tape, a lot of emotions, and you can hear that too. In each song, you can hear each just the expressions of how I'm feeling, and that's why sort of by the end of my recording process of that tape, stuff started getting better, and that's why I ended it with Too Spent, featuring Kev part Lost in Visions Entertainment, and that was more of an upbeat song. So people were asking me you made this tape and it's doing really good, and it's more of a sadder tape. But then you ended it with such an upbeat type of song. So that's kind of a question I get a lot.
Right.
So yeah, it's really emotion based.
So it's kind of like a story. It's kind of your story, right?
Yeah.
And it's kind of like a mark in your history and your life, and So what's next is my question. So you have that's a part of you. You're on a different path now, maybe. What is next? What's the next step?
Well, me and Kev Lotz right now, we currently have a EP on the way, and it's gonna shake. I already know it's gonna shake. You kind of have that feeling towards stuff, especially with certain artists.
Right.
My plan is, just never stop working. Definitely got an EP on the way. Definitely got a mixtape in the works.
So going into these new projects, what's the vibe? What's the move? Is this sad Spitta? Is this angry Spitta? Is this Spitta throw a chair in the club? What Spitta are we getting going into this next vibe?
You're definitely not getting a sad Spitta. I'm gonna say that. You got enough on that and Thinking Out Loud. I definitely got it out of my system. It's definitely not over with, but this EP coming out, you're definitely getting a good vibe. That's all. I don't want to say too much on it, but you're definitely getting a good vibe out of it. Every time me and Kev collab on a track, in history, it's been nothing but sparks.
Got you.
Yeah,
So
nothing but sparks.
I know we were kind of, talking about the future, but let's kind of get on like the whole Heartless vibe. Like, what was going on in this moment when you wrote the song, then you transitioned to like, I got to do a video for this. How did you even know that was the one? Like, I got to do a video for this specific song. Like, you have a lot of great songs, but what made you like, I'm going with this one? I want to put a little bit more effort into this song.
Well, that's a good question too. Well, I actually at that time I took a 6-month break off music,
Okay.
and so I didn't know if I wanted to come back. That's the thing. Deep down, I knew I had to because it's at this point it's a part of me. It
Right.
always will be. So this 6-month process I took off of music, I had a lot of time to think, and I didn't make music like Heartless. That's never the type of vibe I made.
It was something different.
Yeah. And I had this feeling in me that, like, I don't know, like, you listen to Heartless and you can sort of feel the vibe that I was feeling. And so when I actually was in the studio and I recorded Heartless, my engineer to this day says that was his most favorite song he has ever brought to his studio. And,
Right.
I feel like me and him, it started with me and the engineer, with
Right.
that,
Okay.
like how serious the song is. I knew that was going to be my first song to hit 10,000. That's when I was on SoundCloud still.
Yeah.
I knew that would be my first 10,000 10,000 views. I dropped it, hit 10,000 views, and, I knew that's when me and Ty were working, videos and everything, LIV. That's when, I was,
That was the first video with my like camera I bought.
So, yeah,
It went
exactly. You
crazy.
just copped the camera, so, like, it was time to work.
It was all meant to
It was
be.
time to get a visual for it.
Yeah, and I heard Dylan put in like even extra effort into that one though, right?
Yeah, it was Dylan and Tommy did like a dual collab on it, sort of. The Cat Ash brothers are my engineers, and they're I go to jump from different studios, but they're my engineers for sure.
Yeah, they go to.
And they just really knew what I wanted from the song and how like important it was to me just from the lyrics of the song. So they knew that the extra step had to be taken on everyone's end for it to
To really for it to
really
become to become what it did.
Yeah.
So what drove you to make music in the first place? Like, what is your inspiration to make music, and why do you do it?
Honestly, man, like Eminem really like when I was young, like watching 8 Mile
Right.
with my dad and stuff. Like for some reason, I just like was like, damn, dude, like
Eminem was hard.
yeah,
Like,
I was like, and he really put on like
Fire.
younger, like like when I was 11, in like 2010 and 11, like I was like, dude, like skin color is nothing, dude. Like it's all about talent and it's all about how you push yourself. So like at a young age, I always was in the music, always making music, but I would never record music because I didn't know the steps to take.
Right, yeah. It's kind of became like this foreign idea.
So like people who I used to make music with other people before LIV, and it was never they I can tell I needed to do it seriously because when I would do it with these people, they never had the same energy that I did,
Right.
Like they were really about it, but like they didn't want to like take that next
step.
level. you know?
yeah, it's crazy. Like, honestly, Cleveland and Ohio in general has so many talented people, but it's a cross between people putting in the effort, people putting in that work. I mean, it's just like anything, like, and not even just musically, but just anything. I know so many talented people that just don't put in that extra effort. They don't put in that time to say, I'm going to learn this from YouTube. I'm going to pick up these skills. I'm going to learn the business. I'm going to do all these shows. Then they just like sit on songs and upload them once in a while, upload it to SoundCloud randomly, no strategy. And you have to put in that extra effort, especially with the number metric now. Like before, it was kind of like, oh, I'm just gonna, go to this label. I'm gonna see what's up, and they're gonna pick me because I'm talented. Now with the metrics and how things work, people are like, okay, you're talented, but nobody listens to you. Nobody likes you. Where's the effort? We want you to be putting in effort. And I'm not even saying you have to have the biggest numbers, but you have to have things to be clean. You have to have those clean photos, those clean music videos, even if you're not getting the highest number. So if you do send it to a label or somebody, they're like, you know what? I feel like checking out a smaller artist today.
Yeah.
I got a lot in my DM right now, and when they click on you, like, oh, he's professional. He has high quality, and a lot of
Or
people
he
just don't
has
take that. A
standards,
lot of people
right?
just don't take that effort, and it's like so sad.
So important. That's so important. No, because that's the thing is like whenever you have a portfolio, you can't wait to get even like in the idea of having a job, like getting a job.
Yes,
Like you have to have that portfolio built up of quality work in order to
Yeah,
get that job. Like
sure.
no label's gonna pick you up with iPhone music videos that your buddy down the street shot in iMovie. Like that's not gonna correlate well. But which I mean is a good like why we collaborate. Like we're working on videos. We have a video shoot next week that we're working on, and you have that taste for quality, which I think a lot of other artists don't have. Though it does set you apart.
So, Spitta, I know, you said you're influenced by like the Lil Waynes, the Drakes.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, in your childhood, did you like kind of like rock with 50 Cent?
Oh, dude, 50 Cent is. I have I have my top 5, and it's not in order, but 50 Cent's probably my favorite artist.
I understand, because 50 was like amazing. When I think about just everything he did, he didn't care who he was beefing with.
No.
He's
Savage.
like, pull up on me, pull up on me.
Yeah,
like,
50 Cent was definitely that dude. Like at the time, from Queens, like getting shot 9 times and recovering. Like
I think
that
I was
dude
watching
ready.
like a concert before, and then like I don't know, some dude was like playing tough in the crowd. He threw a chair, and then it's like 50 just throws it back.
Yeah, I
and
seen
I'm
that.
like, oh, only 50 would do this.
But like, dude, did you see how much fucking that one movie he was in? I can't remember the thing where he lost all the weight. He played like a football player. Then he went
did
to
see it.
cancer patient.
I did see it.
That dude lost so much fucking weight just for that role.
But that's what I'm talking about.
Like,
the extra effort. That's what I'm talking about. Like even 50, he's already successful. He's already has a successful movie, diamond albums. But he's like, hey, I want this role. I want it that bad.
Yeah.
Like, what do I got to do? I got to lose this weight. I got to, go bald. I'll do it. Let's get it. Like, and that's what I'm always stressing. Like, you have to put in extra effort to get the best results possible. So,
Facts.
as far as, so you said, 50 is definitely legendary to you.
Yeah.
Top 5. And, the debate I always see is like, who was bigger between Drake and 50 Cent? And it's a lot of metrics that didn't exist, but it's also, kind of this weird situation where I think competition kind of has a small play into it of how big we see certain people and certain things. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, what you think about it?
So, if my input on, like a 50 versus Drake type deal. So, Drake, I'll start with Drake. Drake has it going. I think Drake might be the biggest in the industry right now.
Okay. I can agree.
But you don't see Drake in movies, You don't see Drake like really in interviews. I mean, like you'll see him on QC or something, doing something small. Like we watched him the other day on YouTube.
Yeah.
But 50 when he was at like this level, like he was doing everything he can to, like he made the movie Get Rich Die Trying along with the album in 2002. When the movie came out. And I feel like 50 was doing more to get his, to get like just more than his music out there. I feel
that's kind of where like, as big as Drake is, I was kind of debating in my head, is Cardi B the actual biggest artist right now? Not talent. This is not a talent thing. This is not who I think would thrash and
Cardi B, no way.
Cardi B is everywhere though.
I think
Cardi B is in the movie theater.
Yeah.
Cardi B has a commercial with Beats. Cardi B has a commercial with Pepsi. I don't know, like
But Drake was already on that shit. He already had all that shit.
I don't know, but that goes back to right now though. Like
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like I do think debatably Cardi B might be the biggest artist right now. Like that, I'm talking about an artist where you're that tough guy.
Got that show.
You're like I'm saying, like she's everywhere. And granted, Drake might not be taking every opportunity. They might have a different niche, a different game plan. But I think debatably right now we can say Cardi B might be a little bit bigger than Drake at this moment.
Yeah, I mean, I would
at this very moment,
I wouldn't disagree with you. But I do think the one thing that Drake has on both of those artists is, so Drake does this weird thing where he goes and he makes music with local artists of different countries, or like makes a type of song to that, which I think is fucking genius because what he's doing, he's not only having his fans, but now he's expanding to other people's fans and other genres and like having a song with Bad Bunny, that was fucking crazy, you know what I'm saying? But he goes way more into detail in that, and like I think that expands internationally. His streaming numbers are probably a little higher than all the other artists out there right now. Like Cardi might have more of a Spanish kind of audience too, but I think total internationally, Drake is the man when it comes to numbers.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely would not be surprised by that. And I was going to go back, to the original, scenario I always see between the Drake and the 50 Cent thing. And it's kind of like, the comparisons are crazy because it's like, when you look at it, you're like, okay, Drake is on Degrassi, 50 Cent has Get Rich or Die Trying, 50 Cent has a video game. And then you also look at, Drake has a Jordan deal, he has a Sprite deal. And it's like, I don't know, 50 Cent has a huge Reebok deal. But
on vodka.
The other thing is
effing vodka.
50 Cent was able to take his group literally to the next level. Yeah. Like to make, I don't think it's that many artists that could have pulled Tony Yayo to the spotlight and been like, hey, the world, you're going to listen to Tony Yayo and he's going to go platinum. Cause I said so. That's the end of the discussion.
See, but that's kind of like the thing. Like Drake now, Drake can hop on a song with an artist, and that artist will be big. Black Boy JB.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
Where's
think
he been at, dude?
He's actually got an album coming with NLE Choppa.
Oh.
That's probably gonna be turned.
Yeah.
That's probably gonna be turned.
But like Black Boy JB, Lil Baby, Lil Baby was big, but like they made he had
the next step though.
Like Never Recover with Lil Baby and Gunna.
You.
That kind of put more, the Migos with Versace.
Yeah, right. Oh, that really put him. I remember that, dude. That was my jam.
Like I feel like when Drake hops on a song, like it's gonna
I honestly
those artists
kind of like.
I feel like if 50 Cent hopped on a song with someone, it's not necessarily gonna put that artist on.
I mean, see, but I think at the time,
yes.
So I mean, people have their times, people have their legacies, and people, definitely are able to. What's the word I want to say? Kind of piggyback. I think it was a lot of people piggybacking off of 50 Cent and a lot of success stories. But obviously we're able to really watch and adapt to like Drake's success stories. We seen the Black Boy JB situation. Song takes off, whole world sees it. So we seen, like you said, the Lil Baby situation. But also it's just like 50 Cent had a video game. So I think having a video game. Having a video game is so crazy because say you're that person like, man, I hate 50 Cent music. 50 Cent is whack. And then you go over your friend's house and everybody's playing a game. Like, you know how like crazy that is? Like, you can't run from me. I'm on your heels. You can't not run from me.
See, like, all right, so this was my argument to you. Remember when, all right, so like the whole idea is that 50 Cent and Drake are not on the same level because 50 Cent makes rap music. Drake is a pop star.
Yeah.
So, like, obviously Drake, my idea is, like, Drake is going to be bigger because he's more versatile, he's international, more people are likely to listen to him than 50 Cent in the sense of if you don't like rap music, you can still listen to Drake. Mm-hmm. If you don't like rap music, you're not listening to 50 Cent. Yeah. There's no, I mean, like, you're not going to have him even in a playlist or anything. Mm-hmm. Like, at least Drake, you can listen to, like, Pop Style, like, One Dance. Like, those songs, my grandma knows those songs. You don't hear my grandma saying, like, to Many Men. Like, you don't see that. So I feel like that it's really hard to compare either or, but like when it comes to numbers and internationally, Drake is definitely would top 50 all day.
Yeah,
in that idea.
Okay.
But it also was a different era. Who knows? Maybe 50 Cent would have made pop music had there been social media.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So the whole it's also like a weird space of music because even like when we talk about numbers and if you like break down his metrics to like how they do it, it's like this certain amount of streams equal like this album sale. It's like numbers get pretty cringy too.
See, they didn't do that. Like the Get Rich Die Trying era, like they didn't count streams.
So that's what I'm saying. They didn't count streams, but it's a metric they use. Like say like if you get 1,000 streams, we're gonna count this as an album sale. And then we go look at how like 50 Cent sold 8 million records and see what number of streams that is. Numbers would get pretty cringy.
Yeah.
The other thing is, as far as like international, I mean, he's been everywhere. He's been at like every country. In the Club was like mega record. Like I'm talking about people don't even speak English, but somehow like I want to know the words to this record. I have to know the words. I have to know the vibe. I don't know what he's talking about, but I want to know. Like find me in the club. Like you're thousands of miles away from even the United States, and you're just like
millions.
Man, I want to know. I like what is he talking about?
Yeah.
And that's when it gets crazy. Like, I mean, it's a crazy comparison. I'm really on the fence because it's just like they both have so much, and Drake still has a little time to just like milk in. Like, I mean, not a little time. Like, I think Drake has like 7 years strong.
But you
as
do
far as a
understand,
rapper.
like, you understand, like, my idea on it? Because, like,
I mean, yeah, so I understand, like, the thing about 50...
someone makes country music, like, someone that makes country music, and then someone that makes, like, rock music, like, they're both same instruments, you know?
Yeah.
Like, the rock star could make country if he wanted to.
Yeah.
Or maybe he does have a few songs country, but, like, more people are going to listen to the rock music because it's
so
more
the thing is...
conventional than, like, country music.
Drake is definitely more soothing artist, more versatile artist, and it is different. I guess like different people that would maybe say like, "Hey, I don't really like rap, but this guy kind of got a good thing going on."
Different vibe.
Which so like I get it. So yeah, definitely more versatile artist. As far as like bigger, I'm kind of like just tossed up because of like the different metrics and the different like goals they achieve was all so crazy. But I always think it's just like different an interesting topic. Definitely when I see it, every time I see it, it's just like an interesting topic.
Everything's an interesting topic on social media. I swear. All right, so back to you, Spitta. Mm-hmm. What really motivates you to make music? What gets you up in the morning and makes you want to write music?
Basically, like having the job that I have now and like going to work and like just waking up like, damn, like I got work tonight. Like,
yeah,
it's just like it's not like the life that I want to live.
So you're a male stripper?
Yeah. Yeah.
He only works at night.
Yeah, I only work at night.
Okay.
You know the vibes. Male stripper.
Gotcha.
No, I ain't no male stripper.
Okay.
But honestly, like there was a point in my life where like I thought that could have been an option.
Hey, you probably make some good money, but those old ladies throwing dollar bills at you.
Hey,
you know,
man, they add up.
A happy ending in the back room.
With a good old spit.
Yeah.
But no, for real though, like I just like the 9 to 5 life, like the hour, like just working, like I mean it's
trash.
It's all cool and all, but
trash.
Like there's some people like the people in this room, like it's just not made for like that. They're made for bigger things.
Yeah.
And like the game is just like really like it's hard as it is. Anyone can get in it. With
hard work,
dedication, and connections. You start knowing the right people.
You start networking, you start doing the right things, you start working hard, like you make the main
Even
focus.
if you're not a superstar artist, if you're selling if you have 1,000
true fans,
If you have 1,000 true fans, you can make a living with music, So it's all of how you want to go about it. Everyone is different. Everyone has their own strategy. Some people don't have a strategy though, and that's the problem.
Well, yeah, because they just wait. They think that me and Will were talking about this earlier. They just wait and hope that people are gonna listen to their stuff.
Yeah,
like it doesn't work. You can make fucking 50 songs a day. People aren't gonna listen to it unless you put effort into promoting it and make sure you're adding value. I'd rather somebody make less music that is more quality and more thought out than someone that's making hella music and not taking their time or promoting it.
Honestly, I don't look at anything as like just randomly happen. I feel like a lot of people, they see stuff and they see these people and they're like, I have the same level of talent, but they're not seeing what else is going on. Like I say like NLE Chopper, for example. A lot of people look at this video and be like, oh yeah, I can rap it. I can rap that good. And my video blow up just like his, like on my page, and I don't really got to promote. But what people need to look at is like, how many people did he have show up to his video? Like that first video he dropped, Like, I swear it had to be at least 70 people that showed up to his video. On top of that, it was a pretty nicely shot video. I remember I was watching the interviews and he was like, yeah, I think he said like I paid $250, for a good video, which can get you a pretty decent video. That's also the other thing. You don't really want to be like cheap. It's better to wait than like to be cheap. Some people might be like, yeah, I'll do your video for $20, but it might look like it's $20. Unless you got a really good friendship or partnership or something, it's gonna look like it was $20. So when I see things, people need to notice the small things that's making these people videos go viral, go crazy.
The background.
And
work.
not just be like, I have the same level of talent as that person. Because if you keep that mindset, things are just not going to work out. Like, you have to put the small things together. Like, every time I watch the baby video, it's creative, it's insane, the plot, and I understand why everybody wants to watch it. So you have to do something different, something unique to really have your fan base say, I want to watch his videos every day.
Right, even aside of like you like to watch the baby, he has a way of getting a shit ton of people to be in it. Like, right. I mean, even before he was like famous, like that's the key too, is like making sure you even have enough people to be in it, because like when people are in it, like you said, then that's them reposting it. That's more energy you're getting. That's stuff people don't really consider all the time.
I mean, and don't get me wrong, it definitely depends on the plot or what you're thinking. But if you got a song and it's like, we the gang, we the mob, and it's just you and your buddy Eddie, it's like people are gonna be like, dang, I mean, that's the mob. Like, damn, I was like looking forward to like a lot more people. But if you got like this song and it's like, I don't know, some like emotional song like about a girl, I mean, once you get the girl, you pretty much got the video. Like, I mean, from there you come up with a creative plot, but it just depends on what you're trying to do and what makes sense with the song. And a lot of times people don't make sense in their music video with their song, which is another problem.
Yeah.
Happens all the time.
Some other shit. But me and Spitta are gonna have a crazy ass video next week.
Yeah, we have
crazy shit planned. But so aside from what motivates you, Spitta, what skill do you think you have that you can and are leveraging than other artists? Like, what is your niche?
Oh, I'm a warrior. Like, I got the warrior tactics. I never back down, from stuff. I kind of like obstacles,
Right.
Like I see like a challenge and I kind of like look forward to it because I kind of don't want it easy as much as, a lot of people do want it easy. Like I'd rather grind my entire life and not make it to the top, but say that I tried than to make it to the top by a handout, you know?
Well, I think the whole thing is the journey, right?
Yeah.
Like the journey is better than the destination.
So I just feel like that warrior like instinct, like just I feel like that really helps me through to come up in music, definitely a lot because everyone has trials and tribulations, especially if you're in the music industry, especially if you're from coming from Cleveland area, because there's just a lot of hate here,
Yeah, people don't support people like they should.
It's just like a weird situation. It's just like a lot of weird. But like at the same time, like the Cleveland area is also really great too.
Yeah, there are opportunities.
Yeah, it's really great. But it's not like a, like a New York kind of vibe,
right?
Or like a L.A. even kind of vibe.
Yeah, it's definitely really, really hard to make it out of Cleveland because so the main thing is you're trying to figure out like, how am I going to get everybody to see me, but also stay true to myself and also not do anything like that's just, outside of my brand. So you want to have your brand, you want to tell the truth, and then you want all of these people to see it and respect it. And it's like crazy because it's like, dang, like, I don't know, like you might wake up like, I could make my hair like green and I might get some more views, but then it's like, do you really want to make your hair green? Like, is that really what you're about?
That is the whole Cleveland thing. Like the whole Cleveland thing is that, and like I think it's just a Midwest thing in general. Is like people tend not to be original. They tend, like, at least people are fans. they tend to favor people that they're already comfortable with, or like that a style that they're already comfortable with. So they're more likely to listen to some shit that sounds like someone else instead of like some new unique shit. And so you really break it in, because like for some reason there's like a roadblock of like, oh, this is what you should sound like, you know, instead of like, oh, this shit's like kind of new and crazy. Like, no, you go to a concert, you just vibe with someone that's like, okay, well, I've heard this kind of style, like I'm just gonna vibe with that and support this guy. Like he sounds good. He reminds me of somebody I can't think of who, but like he sounds good.
Yeah, I hear that a lot.
Yeah.
I hear that a lot. You know, that exact same sentence. Like, he sounds like somebody, but I don't know who.
Yeah.
I always hear people, like,
that's like a Midwest thing. Like, other places have, like, a distinct, like, sound, I think. Like, and they're more supportive of maybe, like, a new spin on that sound. Whereas Cleveland's more, like, there's more of, like, a barrier
Well, the thing is, so, like, I feel like we had a sound. It was rolling in. Like, when you listen to... Like when you listen to Fat L or L Fats and you listen to How It Came Down, it's you know, it's on that old Madden game, and it's a fire song, and it's a fire like sound in the beat. And then you listen to like the Pooh Gutters, and you listen to like the MGKs, and you can hear that sound, and then it's kind of like you know, not to really say like I don't like their music, 'cause I mean I like their music, but when you listen to like kind of like a YFL Calvin or like a Rip Flames, the music is kind of like, it's a different sound. It's a sound like outside of Cleveland. It's like this new sound.
It's sort of all over the place.
But it's like, it was a time where like you could listen to Pooh Gutter, you listen to Corey Bates, you listen to Fat L, and you listen to Ray Jr., and you're like, this is the Cleveland sound. These are the Cleveland beats. These are the Cleveland producers. And I think we kind of like lost that sound, maybe because people were like, well, it's not as successful, so I don't know. Maybe this isn't the right sound. I keep seeing these people reach a cap. I mean, I don't know what people's specific reasons were, but I mean, that's kind of like how it looked. I would say even like, I think Q Money had a great Cleveland sound.
Yeah.
Like I feel like when I watched Q Money, I was like, this is Cleveland. This is what I want people to see. This is what I want people to think of when they, you know, see Cleveland. Yeah. And this is the vibe.
It's like that Midwest mindset, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's that Midwest mindset to where, like, people want to be in LA. Like, everyone in the Midwest wants to be somewhere else. That's the problem. That's the problem. So, like, everyone here, they're like, they don't want to even try to, like, care about it or the sound. Like, I think Doughboy he has kind of, like, that raw Cleveland sound as well.
Definitely.
You know, that old school raw, like, Cleveland. And that's why I think he's doing really good. He's popping, but, like, everyone else was like, oh, man, like, I can't wait till I'm just out in LA, man. Then my music will like pop there. Like, man, you're here. You have resources here. Why don't you, you know, create that sound where you're from? Because that's really where people have the longevity, I think, is if you have your own home turf and everyone fucks with you in your home turf, you're set. Yeah. There's that 1,000 true fans right there in your hometown. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you can move on from there. But that Midwest mindset, it just traps people.
But I do think like, Chicago definitely like they stick with it. Like the whole sound, the energy, the vibes, the beats. Like the best. I mean, Chicago's obviously like the highlight of the Midwest. Everything. Definitely.
See, it's a place though. Like Chicago's like that place. Like they have like a good like.
I mean, they just have a good sense of culture that they keep and they create. So like you have
they cultivate
G Herbo, you have Lil Bibby, you have Lil Durk, and it's times where you might listen like, oh, they kind of like, even when you listen to I can't think of the song, but like Lil Durk and G Herbo, they have this song where like they're on the same beat, and I was like, dang, they really did like the same like style, but it's more so just like that Chicago. Like I just want y'all to know like. You know, I'm from Chicago. Like, we all got the same style, but I just take it and put my own little twist on it.
Yeah, and I think that's... So, like, Chicago, I think the city itself does a good job of preserving that. People in the city and the city itself preserve their culture, and they respect their culture. Cleveland is not the same way. I feel like the people that run Cleveland, they really like, loose about it. They don't really care too much. People in Cleveland are like, dude, fuck Cleveland. Yeah. Like... Yeah. And like you don't see it at these big like trademark culture cities.
I do think we're getting to like a point as we have more and more like breakthrough for like artists. I feel like we'll get to that point. Like,
I think the arts are pretty
MGK
crazy
is
right
in three movies right now. I mean, it might be more honestly, but it's three I could just think off the top of my head. And also with him just being like in Bird Box, which was a mega movie, like the biggest movie in Netflix history. Like, a Cleveland rapper just happened to get a role in that, huge. So when I see, him doing these different things and opportunities, I'm like, it's possible, it's there. Like, I've been to outside show and seen MGK, and it's like 50 of us. So, to see that and now see he's doing, stadiums, 10,000 people, 8,000 people, I'm like, it's possible. You know what I'm saying? Also, even, Cuddy doing like big stuff. Like, it's people that's doing major stuff, and there's opportunities out there. We just gotta go crazy, and we gotta get it. Like,
I think there is becoming more respect for Cleveland though as time goes on.
Yeah.
A little bit, because you're seeing more art come out of Cleveland. Like, one thing I think that's really a big deal is like the brand Ilthy. Like, I think
is
that
dope.
like Glenn, the obviously the owner and like the designer, like his artwork's just crazy. Like, he has he has a thing in LA too, but like he supports fucking Cleveland, man. Like, that's what we need. More people like that like, oh, I'm gonna set up in downtown Cleveland, I'm gonna make art for our people, for our area, like build that culture up, make quality shit that people want to, like, when they come to Cleveland, they want to stop by the store, oh, I got this shit exclusively from Cleveland. Like, I think the whole art scene is slowly transforming to that.
I mean, I say, like, overall, we definitely do have, like, a sense of culture. It's definitely escalating. Like, it's other people, like, when they come to Cleveland, they're like, hey, man, I need that corned beef. I need that Polish boy. Like, I heard Cleveland, that's what they known for as far as food. People come here like, man, I got to go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
it's a crazy place to go. So we definitely have a sense of culture, but musically, we just gotta get there. We gotta get to that next point. We gotta have more breakthrough artists and more artists, bridge the gap that everybody needs to be a part of.
Right, and even more artists that have made it that are giving and coming back. Like, MGK gives and comes back.
Yeah. It's crazy.
EST Fest, like, that's what I think actually really does help the cities. Like, you see in T.I. in Atlanta, like Gucci Atlanta, they're helping people, other artists break through. That's how you build more artists. That's how you have to, once you become successful, you have to come back and help other people become successful so the legacy goes on.
Yeah.
So you have those people and it keeps building until, like, you have an established and really good established market and industry,
Yeah, MGK does crazy stuff. Like, I remember this, it wasn't that long ago too, but he had got like a B&M's truck and just like drove around the city with like Pooh Gutted just giving out stuff, like, and I'm like, dude, this is crazy. Like, because the thing is, like, you don't have to do stuff. Like, you reach a point in time where, like, you don't have to give away stuff. You don't have to do anything. Like, you could just rap. And you can have your career. People going to show up. People going to buy tickets. But when you say, like, hey, you know what? I got some free time. I'm going to be in the city. I might just be giving out ribs and chicken wings to, like, just random kids. Like, they'll never expect it. Like, that's crazy.
It's
like, just imagine, kids, they're doing their normal, 1, 2 after school, and MGK just, like, pulls up and, like, hey, y'all want some food? Like, that's cool. Like, insane.
Yeah. No, that's what makes, I think, makes legends, just like that idea of, like, they do the extra mile. They want to go, like, meet up people, surprise people, do things for the community. Like, that's what makes legends.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah. So, I know we talked about this a little earlier about, like, what's next, but like, so you and Kevin Lotz have a tape coming out, right?
Yeah.
Did we talk about the vibe of the tape that you want to go for?
Yeah, we talked about the vibe. It's more of an upbeat vibe coming in.
Vibe.
It's definitely like I said before. Like, every time me and Kev hop on a track, like, it's never lame. Like, it's always something crazy. Like, me and Kev always come with something crazy.
Do you have any, like, aside from just your music, are you doing anything else that you think is affecting your image? Like, are you working on any others? You have shows, you have movies, what's going on?
Well, I mean, you told me right before we started that I'm casted.
He walked in the door. I was like, yeah, you're casted in this character. So
we got
you have no
that
choice.
going on. I've been we've been talking I've been wanting to low key start getting into acting. I feel like I can do it.
Definitely.
I definitely feel like I have the personality where I can do it.
Wasn't your grandpa a legend or something? He was in
I showed my Welcome to Collinwood. My grandpa was actually if you're from Cleveland, you've seen Welcome to Collinwood. It's a legend. It's a legendary movie. Warner Brother filmed it. Our grandpa was actually the dude who they were he was the dude who they were robbing.
The rich old man.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and I just feel it's runs in the blood. Clothing line, I've been wanting to make a clothing line for the longest time. I never started doing it, but that's definitely something that's always an idea is to get some even merchandise. You know, for Spitta Beats merchandise. Something even not necessarily clothing line, but merchandise. Something I know if
it's marketing.
It,
I mean,
I know if I do it, people will buy it because there's plenty of times where I put it out there. And I've always gotten positive feedback. I just never took that step to do it. But that's definitely coming, the more that I progress and grow and, build a fan base and a foundation. I feel definitely this 2019, the beginning of 2019 was crazy. I had a show every week for 4 weeks straight. It was just it just started off my foundation was built finally.
Right.
From what I was working towards, and now it's just growing. It's
so
growing.
is your goal to do more shows now, or how are you gonna start off 2020? What are your ideas for 2020?
For 2020, I plan on the start of it, literally January 1st. That's So to start coming out and promoting my next tape, and I want 2020 to revolve around my tape for me. In my music,
Got you.
I wanted to make it. I want to it to be as impacted. Thinking Out Loud definitely impacted people, but I feel they weren't ready for it. They weren't ready for me to come like that.
Yeah.
I warned her. I was I'm gonna come like this, and I came like that, and people weren't ready. But it still did big. But now people know I'm versatile in what I have, so I feel now when I come with this next one. People are gonna be
well, they're gonna be wanting something.
They're gonna be definitely wanting something, especially after this EP with me and Kev.
So the idea is you drop the EP somewhere in the next month or so.
Yeah,
and
the
then
EP is a 2019 thing.
And then you have your own tape that you're gonna be working on. Okay.
Yeah, the EP is more of like I said, I'm the CEO of Lost Visions Entertainment. That's how it's always been. As much as everyone in the group works, what they do. I always try to put everyone out there that extra mile, and that's why I got Kev with this on this EP because I know Kev has has been building up lyrically.
Yeah, very talented.
He's very talented, and he's been working on music more lately. He's been hitting the studio more lately than has been in the past year really of 2018. So I gave him I told him we got to do this collaboration, and then you can take it however you take it, but I know how I'm going to take it because I know what the EP is going to do.
Right.
That's not even me being cocky. That's just I know what it can do, and if it does bigger than that, that's just beyond me. That's just the work of God. But however Kev wants to take it, that's on him. Obviously he's one of my artists and one of my best friends. I want him to succeed, but he everyone has their own things going on. Maybe a possible collaboration tape with Nick Lotz.
Right.
Maybe even
what about an LIV tape?
Lost in Visions Volume 1 has been a thing that has always been wanting to be done. With there being all the different artists, everybody has their own times. It's really hard to get everyone together, but when everyone gets together, it's crazy. Our show, I would just I just put on Twitter today. I literally just put on Twitter today. The world needs another LIV show.
That show was
definitely
crazy.
That was probably one of the craziest shows that.
So you out here, you managing the artists, you working on movies. And it was a time you were doing shows every week. So, what's the craziest show story? Like a beer being thrown at you, y'all had a gang fight. Like, what's the wild story, man?
All right, so literally like what we were just talking about, like we had as LIV we had 2 shows, you know.
Got you.
And they were both pretty big shows too. Like that's why but the second one, dude, it was just a great time. Like I mean, I have this picture I'll show you after. Like we had like just like with us, like not even the people who came, like we had like 30 people with us.
Got you.
So like it was at Wilbert's. So like we're in the back of Wilbert's, dude, all tossed.
You're talking about the one when I was performing?
You know that picture that we took?
Oh,
no,
yeah.
that picture that we took, how we had everyone?
Yeah.
It was like that, like it was Ty was making a dance move.
So
We're all chiefing,
dude, that was one.
dude, like it was just like a crazy,
Whoa.
like we were so ready to take on the show, like.
Dude, that was like, I think that was the most energy I've seen in just like a performance like that. Like,
I know, it was crazy.
We went crazy.
Like it was just like nonstop. Like we had the because I was making the set list at the time, and I would make the set list and send it in the group chat and be like, "You guys cool with this?" But like that time, like I didn't even say that. I was like, "This is the set list that we're doing." Like I was like, "It's gonna be raw. Like just accept it." And dude, it was the craziest show ever. Like it was like the way that I forget what songs like we performed. Like me and Kev at that time dropped Kill Switch, which was one of our biggest songs.
Okay.
That kind of gave like a lot of like respect on our
definitely
name.
like Kill Switch.
Yeah, it was like one of those things. Every artist has that one thing that brings you to the next level, step at a time, and that was like the first like step. So we started off with Kill Switch, Party.
Yeah, I was on that.
Then we brought the vibe down with Manny and Nick. They had their one song. And then there was Nick and Manny and Kev with No Games.
Yeah.
And then we had Out the Way. Oh my god, it was just a crazy like the energy was like people that were at there like for other people like
they were all jamming out to us. Like they're like, who did I come with? Oh,
like,
and they're like, oh shit.
Like we walked in there and like people like were like it was kind of like these people belong on like the Rolling Loud stage, like the Lollapalooza stage, like they're like they don't need to be in Wilbert's like right now. Like we were turning that place up. But it's all like, you know, you make everything how you know, however you make it. You know, you get lemons, you gotta make lemonade. That's exactly what we did that day. Like it was crazy.
So, you know, you got a lot of lit things going on. And, you know, before we wrap this up, we definitely got to tell the people where to find you, you know, social media, YouTube. How do people check out Spitta Beats?
Everywhere, all my social medias are Spitta Beats. Just Spitta Beats. That's how it has to be. Don't want no one taking my name.
SPITTA.
Yeah, SPITTA Beats, lowercase, everything. You know, Apple Music, Spotify, everywhere.
Instagram, Twitter,
Instagram,
Snapchat.
yeah, everything.
Simple, everyone. Yeah, easy.
That's all it has to be, man. You know, just check me out. You know, you won't be disappointed. And there's a lot more to come. You know, I got some big features coming in.
You want to drop any names or keep that low key for now?
I want to keep it low key for now.
Okay.
I sort of put the name out there on my Instagram story for the 1T, and like whoever's seen it, and I know, you know, like they, you know, so if word gets around, it's cool. But I want it to be 100% in the bag before like I put it out there.
Before you put it out.
But it's definitely got some big features coming. You know, they might be saved for the tape, they might not, but you know, I got a lot of big things coming, and I feel like definitely by the start of 2020, you know, I'm hopefully gonna have, you know, be higher up to where I'm at right now.
Right.
You know.
Awesome. Yeah, I think you got a lot of good things going. And that's, I guess we'll stop there. Thank you for coming, Spitta.
Oh, yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
Thank you all for listening and watching. This has been a lot of great content by Spitta Beats. Make sure you check him out. And
Check out Spitta Beats.
Gotta check out Spitta Beats.
You gotta check me out.
And then that concludes episode 5 of the Stirfry. And I'm Chef T.
I'm Will the Spacekid.
And he's Spitta Beats.
Hell yeah.
And keep it real. Thank you all for listening and joining us on another episode of the Stirfry. All the music was created by Steve Ozell. Check him out on all streaming services at Stevo Music, spelled ST3V30 Music. Also, if you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe and leave a review. We'd greatly appreciate it. See you next Tuesday where we talk about fashion in the music industry and how it's changed culture. Keep it real and we'll see you then.